up, bros? Quad Explosion here with Full Send FPV. Today we got McFly
and Starkey,
and we're about to do the Matty flip tutorial. First things first, I would suggest to get in a sim and just see what the sticks are gonna do when you go to do this Matty around something. Because this is one of the tricks that if you go down, it's gonna be a bust. Okay, you're gonna be smashing and it's not gonna be good. So I would definitely hop in a sim, lift off something like that, and get your Matties down.
Camera angle helps. Higher camera angle you got, the easier it is for sure, okay? Matty flip came out by Matty Stunts, and he rocks anywhere from like 60 to like maybe 80 degrees sometimes I've heard. So the higher the camera angle, the more when you're going over the object, the more it'll be in your camera, if that makes sense, okay? Lower camera angle, still possible, but just harder to do, okay?
I would go in the sim and go with your 30-degree angle, whatever you run for standard 2D, and try that. See what that looks like. You're gonna have to give it more throttle, more angle. You know, it's possible. And if that's what you're running between your Matties and your flow, maybe that's what you wanna run and learn the Matty in. Right now, I'm gonna be in about 40, because I mean, that's what I usually run for 2D, 35, 40.
Besides that, sim time is how I learned how to do it, and lots of practice. You'll be crashing a lot trying this trick, trust me. So find a nice gap you got, maybe in between a couple trees always help me, you know? Not necessarily into the gap, but in between trees, so you can keep that line of sight with the trees next to you, okay?
And we're gonna go up right now, and we're gonna do a little bit of stick cam, and we're gonna show you in slow-mo how we do the Matty flip. Let's do it.
Do it!
So yeah, we're at the triangle gap right now. This gap is like pretty much ideal for a Matty flip, because, I mean, it's not ideal because it's concrete, but I mean, it's a huge gap, right? So what I like to do is, if I'm at a new spot and I haven't Mattied that spot before and I'm not really used to that spot and exactly how big the gap is and everything, I'll just hover up to it, really like level mode, and then I'll kind of pitch myself forward like this, like I'm gonna dive it, like just like that. And that's the first step of the Matty. You want to throw yourself over the object like this in a front flip. The second part of the Matty is after your front flip, you're gonna have to keep bringing it around so you can go backwards, inverted. So I'll do it once and we'll slow it down so you can see. Just like that. It wasn't that tight, but whatever. Let's do it again. Just gotta hold your angle and add throttle when you are inverted. So we'll creep up, toss ourselves over, and then bring it around. And that's the Matty. That's how I do the Matty. We'll see how Starkey does the Matty.
Alrighty guys, so this is Starkey here for a quick tutorial of how I do a Matty flip. This is a trick that I've been doing for a little while now. One of the biggest keys is to learn a little blip. So you just do a little blip, blip, blip like that, just to get used to like finding that little throttle that you want to throw yourself over at. As I'm going over, I'm going to combine throttle with a forward pitch. Keep it in view as much as I can. And as I go over it, I'm kind of going to be using a little more pitch than throttle until I get to the end when I throttle a lot. So I'll show you one here. Kind of, here we go. I'm going to go over. I see over. Little blip. Go over. Okay. It's sketchy right when you go over it, but if you can get past the fear of kind of rolling down through it like that, it's really a trick that's fun and not terrifying as much as like you would at the beginning that you're doing this, but yeah, so just get used to the blip, get used to the forwardness of the pitch, mixed with the throttle. And when I say I didn't use a lot of throttle, and you watch it, it probably seems like I am using a lot of throttle, but in my mind, I'm using more pitch than throttle. So here we go. And back through, and see, that was a bust. I didn't use enough throttle on that one, so I kind of just sat there. And did kind of like a flip, like a hard flip like that. You know what I mean? And that's what happens if you use too much pitch at the beginning. You want to be smooth about it. So one more. Bam. And you can kind of see too with my style that unlike Tony's, because he has a higher camera angle than me, I only rock about a 25 maybe, you know what I mean? So I'm not able to keep that thing in perspective as long as Tony can. But yep, it's possible. You can still do it with a lower camera angle. It's a fun trick to get used to, and when you get it, you feel like a monster. Bam!
Hell yeah, Tone. Appreciate you, homie.
That's how we roll.
Appreciate you guys. Okay, if you guys have any questions, head up Matty, cause he invented it.
Yeah.
But no, you can leave a comment down below. Go over to Full Send FPV, type in subquad explosion, and that'll get you 5% off your order.
I would definitely suggest getting on the simulator before practicing this. Okay, guys, raise that camera angle, get used to that little pitch forward and throttle mix, and have fun doing it. Bam!
Let's do it. Go smash your quads.
Get next level. Next level.